driveway, I see your car, I get to the door and smell my favorite dish cooking, and it all came from your pocket. That's good to me. I've done a good job. I pat myself on the back. But they must know that God has no favorites. God does demand that all men. The Bible said in Acts 3:16, Peter was preaching. He said that it is given, he said there's only one name given under heaven whereby a man must be saved, and that name is who? Jesus Christ. And guess what? Even Mary, full of grace and truth, had to bow her knee to her son, Jesus Christ. Yes, she was highly favored, but guess what? That favor did not mean that she could outrank her son. She still had to bow. She still had to bow. And if she didn't bow, Mary didn't make it. Because you know what? There's only one name given whereby a man or a woman must be saved. And that name is the name of who? Jesus. And that's it. There's only one name. Not even Mary could say, yeah, but God, I gave birth to the boy. I mean, shouldn't I have known? No. There's only one name given, and it ain't yours, Mary. It's Jesus. Even she had to bow. God has no favorites. Amen? Amen. All right. Number 3. God responds to us as we respond to him. In the Bible, it said that he was speaking to Asa. He said, I will be with you as you are with me. And then it said, draw nigh unto God, and God will draw nigh or draw near unto you. That's a requirement. God responds to mankind as mankind responds to God. There were people in the Bible that Christ was real gentle and soft with, and then there's some that he was just straight out blunt with. You notice that? That shepherd that we see on the Bible cover or the Bible flap that has a sheep, and he's all gentle and he's all lowly, he's walking around and like he wouldn't swat a fly. Guess what? That's the way he was to the gentle. But to those that were arrogant, that were proud, that were haughty, he wasn't cheesing at the Pharisees, man, when he put them straight. Jesus Christ responded to people as they responded to him. He said, draw nigh unto me, and I will draw nigh unto you. And this current generation thinks for some reason that they are indestructible. They think that they can do things that no other generation could do. I remember the movie The Lion King when he's talking to Simba about his territory. He said, son, look, do you see the land where the light touches? He said, yeah. He said, well, your daddy, me, the king, I rule all the land where the light touches. He said, but don't go beyond the light. He said, I don't rule beyond the light. And what did he do? He went beyond the light, didn't he? He got in trouble, didn't he? And daddy had to go out there and flex his chest and get him out of trouble. Now, it's not that God can't work in any situation, but the fact is he's given you borders. And he said these are requirements. And as you are obedient, I'm going to bless you within the if you follow what I say, I will honor what I've told you. If you follow what I say, I will honor what I have told you, but I do have requirements. I do have things that I want you to take heed to and make sure that you don't violate. Yes, he's God. Yes, he's awesome. Yes, every knee shall bow. But he still says, but when I speak to you, I expect you to do what I tell you to do. And they must learn that, guess what? You are not indestructible. You are not all that plus a bag of chips. There are limitations. There are limits. God does require things of you, and God expects you to honor him and do what he says to do. Amen. Number 4, God demands first place always. I remember when the towers fell in 9/11. Y'all remember that? Yeah, we all do. I was helping a friend knock a wall out of a building that he owned, and we had a conversation. And in the conversation, he said, you know, Keith, he said, I am so glad that the school system has now allowed prayer back into the school. And I was bothered. And he said, wait a minute. He said, but you're a preacher and you're mad because they're allowed? I said, no, I'm not mad at that. So that's good. I said, but the part that gets me is once America is done being afraid, God goes back to being second place. I said, once they're done being afraid because their nation has been touched, I said, God goes back in the box, and that's it. Right. I said, they're going to kick my God back to the corner once they feel that all the things they love are now safe. Right. And sure enough, once America felt that the danger had passed, they told God, all right, back in your place. It was fine while it lasted. Don't call me, we'll call you. See you next time. Come on, back in the box, God. Let's go now. Come on. I got people coming by. They can't see you here in my house. And that's how we treat God. And it bothered me because God is always first. I shared last week, but I can say it again. That's the reason why in the Bible, that's why he had an issue with Cain and Abel, because one gave God some and one gave God first. You ever been at a friend's house and they have a trophy case? You go up there and you read the trophy case, and it says, "Congratulations, John, you almost made it." This is your ribbon. It says that, yeah, you, once again, you almost did it. Hey, maybe next year will be your year. They have a word for almost first. You know what it's called? Second. Second. God does not understand the term second. Doesn't know what it means. He can't be that. Second place. Not for God. God don't sing backup for nobody. He's the star. He's the star. You understand me? He doesn't sing backup for nobody. He is the star. He is the encore performance. He is the top. There is no higher. He is the zenith, the horizon, whatever you want to say, of the greatest and the highest. That's God. And he's not going to become second place even for our babies. Just so God could embrace them and love them the way he's loved us. Such a warm thought is non-existent. Because God is first place or he's no place. God has to be first place in everything. In the Bible, he said that you must put no God before me. Now, the word God, let me help you out. The word, say God. God. The word God, the basic meaning means giant. Say giant. Giant. That's why you have the movie Godzilla. It means giant lizard. That's what it means, giant lizard. And that's what Godzilla was, or what? Giant lizard. Because the word God means giant and Zilla means lizard. The word God means giant, the biggest one, the greatest one possible. Now, it's going to be kind of hard to make the biggest one and the greatest one bow down because your baby want to have a fit. You want to make God submit because little Johnny says that no. God is who he is, all by himself. And the truest sense of the word, we say that God is in heaven, and that's for our understanding, but actually heaven is in God, because nothing is bigger than God. Actually, heaven is in God because nothing is bigger than God. But so that we can understand things, God writes a certain way because he knows that if I said this, they lose their mind. So I'll say I'm in heaven because he still is in heaven. But actually, it's all in him because there's nothing bigger or greater than God. And God cannot and will not become second place just to appease a generation. God demands first place at all times. I remember years ago when I was working at Diamond Star, and I had to get to work, and I had just got in town because I drove back and forth, and I stopped at Walmart to get me my plums and things I need to eat as far as break time, and there's a lady in the line with her son, and I mean, he was throwing a fit. I mean, he was cutting up, and we got this whole line behind us. I got to get clocked in, and she's doing this. Now, we're not going to move until you stop it. Put the candy bar back, Johnny. No. Nope. I'm going to put your time out right here. And me and the cashier and the whole line of folks are thinking, why are we in timeout with Johnny?